Welcome back to this, already the final segment of today's Price of Business, and I am your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. Charles Alvarez, he is with us. He's with Cornerstone Business Academy, and he's a regular contributor on the Price of Business. How are you, sir?
Fantastic, Kevin. How are you, my friend?
Doing great. I know firsthand that what Charles does is extraordinary, taking companies and businesses to the next level. And this weird economy that we talk about is so awesome, but there's a certain weird quality around it. It's really important to have someone that can bring the objectivity that Charles can to a company. And so we're delighted to have his expertise and the great people he brings on as guests on the program. And speaking of great people, you've got a guest who's been on my program a few times over the years. Looking forward to it. Introduce your guest after telling us a little bit more about Cornerstone.
Well, Cornerstone Business Academy, what we do is we deliver freedom to business owners by really getting the business owner to really get to the point where they're working on the business versus in it. And so much of that, Kevin, is a function of how good your team is. And speaking of team, if you ever need somebody on your team, there's nothing better. There's nobody better than Sue Burnett. So, Sue, welcome to the show, CEO of Burnett Staffing Specialists. How are you?
Hi, I'm just great. Thanks so much for having me.
Sue, glad to have you back on the program. It's been a long time. Kind of start off with your elevator speech about Burnett Specialists. By the way, you had a different name for your company the last time you were on the program. Talk about the name change and why.
Well, our name now is Burnett Specialists. We took the staffing out because we are more than just a staffing company. We're also the number one direct hire placement firm in Houston, and the HBJ once again gave us that title just about a month or two ago, and we're the number 2 temp staffing service. So we wanted our name to reflect what we really do, and we specialize in different areas. We specialize in accounting and engineering, IT, HR, sales, supply chain, legal, administrative, call center, and light industrial. We actually have specialties in all of those categories with people that are just focused on those particular areas.
Yeah, very good, Charles.
So, Sue, you've been doing this for a good period of time, and you have a great reputation in the industry. What separates your firm from all the other staffing, direct placement firms, and other recruiting firms out there?
Well, we've been in business for 41 years. We're the oldest locally owned firm that of any size that is here, and we are the 5th largest woman-owned business in Houston. So that sets us apart. And then I think the thing that really sets us apart is that 5 years ago I did an ESOP, and now my employees are the owners of the companies, and that includes many of our staffing employees. We have about 250 staffing employees who are actually vested owners in our company now, because when we did the ESOP, we included all of our temporaries who had worked with us for that year. And if you work with us for 3 years, then you become vested in your stock. And our stock has gone up 140% in 5 years. So one of the things that really sets us apart is that I have an extremely tenured management team. 4 of them have been with me for 35 years. Then I've got another 4 that have been here 25 to 35, and then a lot between 10 and 20 years. I haven't lost a manager in 5 years. So I think that, you know, in many services, you'll see a lot of turnover at the top, and we just simply don't have that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, elaborate a little bit more on how you're able to avoid that.
Well, I think that now that we're an employee-owned company, because they have stock and they see that the future of the company is that they will be able to run the company even long after I'm gone, which I'm not planning on going anywhere for a while, but once I'm gone, they will still see that the future is there. And I have actually a lot of young managers in their 20s and 30s and 40s that see that this could be a very long-term career for them. And I think the other thing is that we treat our employees as family. We just had a family picnic yesterday, and we're always doing things, and we're very family-friendly. So people like that, particularly since 95% of my staff are women, and a lot of them are mothers, we're extremely family-friendly. And that also makes people want to stay with us.
Very good, Charles.
So, Sue, what has that done to the engagement level of your team? In other words, in these days, kind of your team or your employees is your brand. What has that done to your brand and to the engagement level of your actual team members?
Well, I think for the management team, it's definitely given them a direction to go in, and that is that the future is not uncertain. It is a very clear future that they can actually help mold. And, we have management meetings all the time where we discuss the future of the company and our strategic plan and also what we need to do for the next quarter. And we have quarterly management meetings that last a full day. And so they're very engaged in that. They see that the value of their stock has gone significantly up, and so it's been a tremendous motivator. It's not costing them a dime for this stock. We are virtually, my husband and I are giving our stock to our employees at no cost to them whatsoever. So it's a gift in addition to the fact that they have a 401k where we contribute 50 cents on the dollar too.
Wow.
So it's a very big motivator for people who really want to build toward retirement and see that they can have a voice in what's going to happen in their company.
All right, Sue Burnett, her website, by the way, Burnett, Burnett, specialist.com. Charles Alvarez, you can be found over there at cornerstonebusinessacademy.com. Wrap it up with about 30 seconds left.
Well, if you're looking for a company that can help you with a wide range of services from staffing to placement, Sue and her team at Burnett Specialists do a world-class job. So, Sue, thank you very much for being our guest on the show.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it, and I'm always happy to be a guest at any time.
All right. Thank you so much. When we come back tomorrow, we're going to have much more for you. I do want to remind you the show continues 24/7 at priceofbusiness.com. There you'll find great audio, videos, articles, and more. Have a great rest of your day. Spend it here on this station.